So it's wrong for women to say, I'm the prize?
They're the prize because they say so.
So, like, in this day and age, a lot of the women are doing the things that men were doing for them.
We live. Most wanted.
That's his line every episode.
I love opening up with that line.
Yeah, I don't mess with you. I don't mess with you. So introduce the lady to everyone who's seeing her for the first time.
We have Talaya on here.
Hi,
she's a wonderful person. She's a mother. And she has very good energy and a very strong spirit.
I hope so.
She is on Most Wanted today as our guest. And I told her about the show. This is her first time doing any podcast, so, you know.
Well, she's in good company.
Absolutely.
I'm a girl dad. I know how to handle young ladies. If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay. You have how many children?
I have a daughter.
And how old is she?
She's 4.
Oh, okay. You got baby.
Yeah.
Okay, good for you. Good for you.
That's my baby.
So we're going to jump right in.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about a subject we covered already.
Okay.
But because we have you here,
Okay.
we want to get your opinion on it.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
So we're going to talk about why, and I'm going to use the phrase young. Young for somebody my age is people 40 and under.
Okay.
Okay? Why young women call themselves the prize. Yeah, and now if you want a minute, I can give it to you and I can go mess with your man again, or I can let you talk about it. Whatever works for you.
You can talk about it. Go
All
ahead. I want
right,
to
so
hear what you say.
I was so ready to hear her response.
No, but she's going to give it.
That she's processing the question and she's, thinking about what she's about to say.
Yeah, it's her first show. I ain't messing with her.
Yeah.
Right? I'm coming to the one been doing it forever.
Yeah.
All of a whole month.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm a little couple months in. But,
yeah, go ahead.
Why do young women think they're the prize?
Yes. That's a different question than the one we talked about the first time. I modified it a little bit because we have company.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, why do young women think they're the prize? I think because they think that they are in the world in the category of just their own. And they may value themselves different based off of their principles and morals. So they may think what they believe in and the standards that they have puts them in a prize category.
Okay.
So
that's well put. I like that.
It's dependent on each person.
Last time you said one of one, but when you word it that way, you're more descriptive.
Yes.
And people can really take that in, right? Everybody's not processing the one of one concept, right? Even when you said it, I had to think for a minute. Okay,
I think that went over a lot of
people, and a lot of people, especially people who aren't, 20s and 30s. We don't talk like that, right? We talk like you just said. We're descriptive, so that description really, hits the nail on the head when you give people the impression of someone feeling good about themselves and they think of themselves that way. That's why I wanted to talk about it with a woman in the room.
I do have it. I have a little answer, I feel.
Please do.
So, like, in this day and age, a lot of the women are doing the things that men were doing for them. Okay. So we're taking care of ourselves. We're paying our own bills. We're getting the good jobs. We're paying for everything on our own. So, yeah, you will start to value yourself as a prize compared to when my mom was growing up. The men were the ones going out and working. The women stayed home and took care of the kids and cooked the meals. So they would see their man as the prize because he's doing it all. I wouldn't be able to be in this position to just be able to stay home without my man. But nowadays, a lot of women are becoming conditioned to live without men and be okay with it and pay their own way and do everything that they have to do in order to not have to depend on a man. So you would see yourself as a prize.
Okay. Okay.
So I got a question. So
Mhm.
you're saying that since women can depend are more independent than they were in the past,
Mhm.
that puts them in the green to consider themselves the prize.
I do. I do. Because a lot of the times I feel like men would be considered the prize because they can take care of multiple households. It's not just like, having just one household that you have to take care of. Men can go out, they can go get their jobs, they can do multiple things, but honestly, I feel like a man can't do it without a woman. If you have kids, it's hard for you to, I always say this too, Chase, because he has a daughter, it's hard for him he wouldn't be able to do what he's able to do now without somebody helping him, without the mother of his child helping him. He wouldn't be able to go to basketball games like he's freely able to. He wouldn't be able to do the podcast like he's freely able to because he would be a full-time dad at that point. So that's when a woman comes in and that's when a woman takes that role because women take care of kids.
That's interesting.
I like having you here. And let me tell you why. Because when he and I talk, and most people that have watched this,
Right.
everyone who sees us talk, they like, I love you two guys together.
Right.
Even when you don't see things the same way, you communicate it in such a way that both of you are able to express your opinions.
Right.
I gotta stop scratching my nose. But anyway, every time I watch, I'm like, what the? But anyway, but having you here now, and I was
Yeah.
just talking to Taryn in the kitchen.
Right.
She's like, no, Dad, I'm coming back on. I'll be on later on in the week. I said, okay. But like, having a woman
Right.
share is different. Even though I have daughters and granddaughters and I
Right.
can say certain things,
Right.
What you just shared actually is very interesting to me because I'm going to challenge your thought.
Okay.
Because you said when women were home,
Mhm.
the man was the prize because he was out taking care of everything.
Right.
Except during that time, that's not how it was perceived.
Okay.
Because because the man belongs out there, right? The man belonged out there, and having someone at home to have his children, to take care of his house, to make sure he was taken care of, right? I think I said in the previous episode, ironing his shirts, cooking his food. There were women who used to run their husband's bathwater.
Right.
When my dad came home from working a double shift, my mom, who also worked, but was a teacher, got home at 3:30.
Right.
My dad came in the door at 7:30, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. She knew he had to have something to eat. She had to make sure her kids were in the bed
Right.
and they had some private time. And so back then, the idea was when a man married a woman, she was the prize because she was the one he chose, right? So when you think of, and I'm always teasing Chase and even some of the people I share this information with,
Right.
when you don't know your history, then you won't understand how things were,
Right.
right? In contrast to how things are, right? So what you just described about the women today, I can relate to.
Yeah.
Because I've got all of these accomplished daughters
Right.
with all of these degrees and all of these professions. And even though they have spouses and children, they still understand, it takes a partnership.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And so what I did with that segment was I was really challenging our culture
Right.
to say, ladies, the women I'm referring to are not the women that we traditionally think of. And what I mean by that is the wives, the ones who are making sacrifices,
Right.
the one who are taking care of kids and taking care of their men and doing all those things. I'm talking about the women who say they're the prize because they're the prize. Not because of how they live their life.
Right.
Not because of how they treat people. They're the prize because they say so. Right? Not because of their lifestyle,
Right.
but because they got pictures in Cabo.
Right.
Right? And they got on some fancy shoes.
Right.
Right? And they carry a certain bag. And, forget the fact that there's no one they care for.
Right.
Forget the fact that there's no one whose lives are better because they're involved in it.
Right.
Right?
That's the definition of being a prize. The prize adds value.
The prize, think of the prize.
Right.
If I said to you,
Now there was some controversy
Yeah.
with some comments where somebody was saying that what you said on the last episode, they feel like a man shouldn't be able to pick a woman, and that makes her a queen, and that makes her a wife. Therefore, that makes her a prize if she doesn't display or have the qualities that the prize had. For example, like certain artists in the game, certain female artists who we all know this. I don't want to say her name.
no,
but
just
she
talk
represents a
about it.
large group of the Hispanic women.
Yeah.
And she goes from celebrity to celebrity.
Yeah.
We probably know who I'm talking about.
course.
Boom.
Yeah.
Does that make her the prize?
No.
If a man chooses to pick her?
So
Because that's what you said on the last
Well,
episode.
here's what I'm gonna
The
say.
man has to pick the queen.
Right.
I'm going to be very succinct now because we do this organically. As you say things and she says things, I think about them. So here's what is being missed in the whole prize conversation. What makes, and I said it a little bit when I said the thing that's the prize is not in the counter. It's in the vault,
Right.
right? Because it's so valuable, it's covered. It's special. Watch this. It hasn't been abused. It don't get around, right? Everybody can have it. Is it a prize if everyone can have it? Right? If you're here 1 minute and you're there the next minute and you're there the next, and is it really a prize? Right? If I take this watch off, right, and toss it to you and say to you, go buy yourself a nice car with that. Notice I didn't say go buy a car. I said go buy a nice car.
Right.
Right? Some people will say, oh, smack, he just threw that watch to him. That's probably a prize, right? Prize really connotates the word. See, we won't talk about words
Right.
because we want to make up our own meanings. But something's a prize because it's precious,
Right.
right? If it's not precious, it's not a prize. You're not a prize because you say so. You're a prize because other people say so. Right? So when that last thing finished, I watch all of our episodes.
Right.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, sometimes 10 times. I'm on the damn camera,
Right.
but it's not scripted.
Right.
So when I'm watching it, I'm seeing it for the first time.
Okay.
Right? When I watch this, I'm going to say, oh my God, I said that. Oh my God, I really did that. Oh, my hands. I got one of my friends text me and said, why do you keep putting your hands up? I said, it's just how I communicate.
Yeah.
But I'm saying all of that to say, this subject is very challenging for somebody like me because, you know, my grandmother didn't call herself the prize.
Right.
Yeah.
She had 10 kids and a husband. She took care of her house till her husband died tragically. Right? My mom didn't call herself the prize. That woman went to school from the time I was little till I was married with children, till I was a middle-aged man. She had degree on top of degree on top of degree, but she carried herself a certain way. But she never called herself the prize.
Right.
But you know who did? My dad. My grandfather. You don't call yourself the prize. You either are or you aren't, based on whose life is being impacted.
So with that being said, either man or woman
Could be the
prize. Talia, what you think about that?
I agree. I think when we had talked about it, because he sends me the podcast and I'll like give him my like honest feedback on it. And I was saying, why can't men and women both be the prize? Why can't we both be the prize? Even my coworker was like, yeah, like in certain situations, the man is the prize. If that's your husband, that's who you want to be with, he's considered the prize in your eyes. That makes you more of a prize, and then vice versa. So I feel like that's more accurate than just saying one is the prize.
Because that's how I started this.
Right.
Right.
Like, why women? We know men aren't doing it. At least I'm not.
Right.
At least the circle I roll in, I would never call myself the prize.
That's kind of crazy if a man say I'm the prize.
Well,
Yeah.
watch this, but it's kind of crazy if a woman says it too.
Yeah.
It's
For
just
sure.
acceptable in society because no one's challenging the culture.
Right.
Right? No one's saying, hey, if you say it, that's like a woman saying, I'm beautiful. it's okay if you think it.
Mhm.
But if everywhere you go, you tell people, I'm beautiful.
Right.
I'm beautiful. It's like saying I'm the prize. I'm the queen.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
the this. Wait a minute. Why?
Right.
I
What's
think it's a
going
lot
on?
of lack of self-assurance.
See, I wasn't going to go there
Lack
Yeah.
because I'm going to save that for the third episode. So we're going to pretend you didn't say that and just continue this dialogue.
That's a big word. That's a big word.
So my third book that I'm writing
Okay.
is called Insecurity. There's a hyphen in between,
Okay.
right? I-N security.
Is this a live announcement almost with it?
No, it's not. I'm just sharing, like I shared about smothering,
Okay.
like I talk about man versus male, right?
Yeah.
They're all books that are being written, right, about our culture, about our society, and about how we live, right? I'm sharing that because these are the kind of, this is why we're sitting here, right? Because this guy says, I got a good idea. And here's the name. And I said, oh, I live in that space. I love these kind of conversations because they challenge all of us to think about it. So the reason why I'm gonna be talking to you much more than him
Right.
is because I sent this out to a lot of friends, most of whom are female,
Right.
and I did not get a positive response overall, right? They were coming at me and I
Right,
was
right.
like, okay, right? But it was cool because they're women and they have opinions.
Right.
And some of them I've known for many years,
Yeah.
some I've known for 20, 30 years. And they were like, you wrong? You shouldn't be talking like this. No man should be saying these things.
Right.
But now that a woman is here, if you don't mind,
Yeah.
please elaborate. You're a woman, you have a child,
Right.
you're an attractive woman, you keep yourself a certain way. Like, why is it that this is a thing that my sisters don't want me to say what you agree with depending upon the situation?
Honestly, maybe it's because of the work that they put in. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe they feel like, the man does have to choose them. But see, I don't know because I don't have this. It's kind of hard because I can't like fight with myself because then I think in my head, the men are the ones who do have the power to make a woman a wife. I mean, women do propose now, which is insane. But
Do they?
Yeah, I
yes,
seen that.
yes, women are proposing. Yes, a few. Yeah,
Not a lot.
not a few. Yeah,
But
enough.
there's some bold ones, yeah.
Enough.
It's-
Yes.
Oh, I didn't
yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
Yep. There's
Oh,
a few that's
Lord have
proposing to
mercy.
their man and stuff like that. But maybe it's so hard. I don't even know. I can't agree. So it's hard for me to like try to take their defense because in my head, my man is the prize. I do whatever I need to do for my man. Cook, clean, and I still go to work. I don't care. So it's like,
So
it's kind of hard
you're
for
gonna get
me
a lot of stuff
to,
online.
I
sent
know,
back
I
out
know,
to-
but I'm sorry,
It's most women, y'all,
that's
so-
kind of what I do. Like, if you're making me happy and all I got to do is cook, clean, it's easy. So, cause I'm not easy. So that little bit that I have to do compared to the lot of bit you got to do, I mean, yeah, my man would be considered the prize in my eyes, especially if I
Wow.
choose him to be my man.
Y'all heard this here first on What's On It. This is live. This is real. So, we appreciate your insight
But-
on that.
Don't kill me. Like, it's all right.
No.
Like, to each his own though, because,
Yes.
if you consider yourself the prize, then you are the prize. If that's what you consider in your mind, by all means.
Yes. I don't disagree with that. And even with some of my friends who I was texting with, I said to them, first of all, it's not a declaration,
Right.
right? It's my thoughts, right? Based on my life, my experience, my family, right? The women from my past who
Right.
I still admire, even though they're in glory. It's just an understanding that says, hey, if you have to call yourself something, if you say it to yourself, like people that know me, like I play ball with these young guys, I can still do a little bit of something, but I don't walk around saying I'm the greatest player in the world.
Right.
Or I'm the greatest OG player, or I'm the greatest OG shooter, or whatever people think good about me. But other people say it about me.
Right.
And the fact that they say it is really what validates it. I can think it, but the moment I start talking about it, the question becomes, is it authentic? Right? It's like standing in the garage and calling myself a car. Right? I can do it, but it's not authentic.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing that made me bring this subject up, because because this guy put me on social media 3 months
You
ago.
should be thanking me though, because there's some real talk, and they ain't finding this nowhere. I was just telling her, the celebrity talk is all fabricated. It's all
Yes, that's what I said to her when I
it's,
sat
it's
down.
all commercial.
Yeah,
Like there's some real stuff, and they need to hear it coming from different perspectives,
Yeah.
and different walks of lives.
yeah.
Not from just a male perspective. That's why it's
No.
great we have Talia here today
Yeah.
to give us a female point of view, because we're getting a lot of flack.
Yeah,
on
but she
Right.
gonna get grief, because
Oh,
she's
yeah.
not sitting up here saying,
I know.
"Well, wait a
I
minute."
know. I know. And that's
But
what
also, I grew up with a single mom. So,
Okay.
you know, about the age of 4, and then my mom got with her now husband, my stepdad.
Okay.
But, you know, my dad, he stepped up.
Okay.
So my dad, but you know, it's opposite over there. I always say that, like, my mom would be the one that's like the extrovert in the relationship. My dad is very, you know, timid. He doesn't get loud. That's not his thing. But my mom is the one. The South Philly comes out of her very,
Okay.
very quickly.
Mhm.
But she kind of, I don't know. My dad, he's the one that he does it all. Cooking, cleaning, working. He caters to my mom.
Okay.
Like, my mom, she works, you know, she went to school. My mom has a great job, but he lives to live through my mom. Like, that's what makes him happy, is seeing my mom happy.
So it sounds like
So-
she's the prize.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And he tells her that often.
Okay.
Like, and you can see it through action, not even just his words. His
Right.
actions when it comes to my mom, that's it.
Yeah.
That-
but it
that's his
doesn't
all.
sound like your mother's running around telling him
Right. No.
to say, "I'm the prize."
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. Not at all. She exudes pride. So
Yeah.
you don't have to say it if you exude it.
Okay.
Like, if it's something that's in you, it's in you.
Time out. Say that again.
What?
She.
Exudes.
So you don't have to.
Say it.
Right.
It just comes. It comes. When you're an attractive person, you don't got to be like, I'm pretty, I'm beautiful, I'm cute, because people say it.
So the prize, if I'm not getting both of y'all mixed up, the
Yeah.
prize is an inner thing.
Well, it's how you feel,
how you
about,
feel about
yourself,
yourself.
but it's expressed by how others feel
Yes.
about you.
Right.
Right? So it's not that there is no prize. Remember, the question you asked me that started all of
Right.
this was, what do I think? And being my mother's oldest son,
Yeah.
I love to start stuff,
Right.
right? Because I know where I'm going, but nobody knew that when you asked that question.
Right.
But the truth of the matter is, of course, certain women can be the prize.
Yeah.
But not every woman
Now,
That is
is a
true.
prize.
That is
so
true.
so it's wrong for women to say I'm the prize, and is it wrong for a man to say that I'm a prize?
If you
If
have
they
to say
truly
it.
think that though.
Well, watch this. If you think,
If Michael Jordan say I'm the greatest basketball player ever,
but here's what's crazy about you asking that question.
Yeah.
He won't say it,
Because he already know he isn't.
right?
now there
I
are
don't
some
have
players
to.
that said that, and I'm not gonna throw my favorite player under the bus.
Well,
but
here's the thing.
he said it, but
Here's the
there's
thing.
fact if he did say it though.
Here's the thing.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to challenge that saying this way. If I have to tell the world, then I don't really believe it. Right? If I don't have to tell my kids I'm a great dad.
Right.
I just have to do it. I don't have to be a great mentor, right? I just have to be it. Right? If that's why I said to you before we started this, the next thing I'm going to challenge in society is this self-promotion. Right? It's a tremendous sign of insecurity. And it is not blessing the young generation. Right? When I was coming up, getting my grind on, doing what I was doing, there was no social media, but I also wasn't self-promoting. I was just working.
Yeah.
I was waking up early in the morning, getting my ass in that car and rolling out and not coming back till damn near midnight, because work ethic was everything. It's what my father showed me, and that was life that as I knew it.
Right.
And everything I have and everything I've experienced is based on those foundations that came from my parents' house. But I don't have to stand up and say I'm the man. Now, the only time that changes is if I'm kicking his butt in some shooting contest, and that's just to get under his skin. See, I'm getting under his skin right there, right? But normally, no, because the proof is in the pudding, right? Be it, right? When I was young, we used to say, be about it, don't talk about it, right? Because now, who's going to challenge it? Michael proved his point. He played his game. Others played before him. Some have played after him. No, it's a debate, but it's no one individual can settle, right? You can't stand up and say I'm the greatest, and Wilt Chamberlain has statistics that
I think it's subjective though.
It always will be.
I think it's subjective because there are people that are the prize and that are treated and recognized as a prize that still say they're the prize. So
I would challenge that, because if you got to say it, then
what if the prize is the prize, the man or the woman, they both treat each other a certain way, they understand each other's value, but they still say they're the prize, even though they are committed or whatever what they mean to each other, they can't still say they're the prize?
Please.
Okay, so
Please
I feel like it's like
a question.
When you like manifest, when you standing in the mirror, you talking to yourself and you're like, I'm beautiful, I'm smart, I'm going to be this, I'm going to have this. You're manifesting all that. You can do that in the mirror. You don't have to taunt it to everyone though. Because then it make it seem less believable that you are the prize. Like, you don't have to say it if you are it. It won't change anything. So saying you're the prize, basically now you're just boasting about it. But if you really have the actions to back it up, what do they say? Actions speak louder than words.
Yeah.
So you don't really have to say so much.
Because I'm coming from
I know you are.
a lot of different areas to cover the audience.
With you.
Yeah, a lot of people might feel like, oh, well.
If you read the comments,
that's what I'm saying.
From what I'm hearing, I'm the worst guy in the world.
Exactly.
And I kind of like it.
Okay.
I don't mind.
No, I'm glad that you could share that, because the truth of the matter is, we're not here to put anybody down.
Right.
We're not even here to devalue people. Say what you want about yourself. Think what you want about yourself. That's okay with that. But the challenge becomes when you want the rest of society to do it for you without proof, right? Show us, right? When I walk in, I live in Trump country. Have been out here for 27 years. When I travel in this space, I live in a community that's 1% African American. Wherever I go, I am usually, almost always, the only black guy in the space. Whether that's at Walmart, Wawa, wherever I go. But you know what I don't have to do? I don't have to announce it. Because when I walk into space, I come in as me. And my energy speaks for itself. And I don't have to look over my shoulder or wonder who's going to say something inappropriate or act out. Why? Because I carry myself a certain way, right? And my dad used to say, if you want some, you can come get some, right? But I have yet to experience that in a space where, according to media, these folks are big and bad and they scaring folks. Not in my experience. Why? Not because I'm Hercules or I can kill everybody. No. But I am someone who carries myself a certain way, and I don't have to self-promote.
Right.
I just have to be, right? And that's all I'm saying. If you are the prize, you're going to shine.
Exactly.
And if you're not shining, then you're probably not the prize.
Yeah. I like that one. I got a question, but I don't want to.
Come on.
I don't want to take it too far.
Take it wherever you want to take, because you know me.
So would you link self-promotion with insecurities?
Well, here's what I will say. Back in the day, when I was young in my career, my mother put this in her first book. I was a young black man in an all-white field, and I used to go into the men's room, like you talked about, and I would stand in front of the mirror, and I would say to myself, you're the man. You're going to go out here and crush it. You're going to be the top salesman. You're going to kill everybody, and there's nothing they could do about it. And then I would say, showtime, and I would go out and do it, right? So when you say self-promotion, am I talking to the public? Am I out in the marketplace saying it? Yes, it's linked to insecurity because I don't need to announce it,
Right.
right? I don't have to stand up and say, I'm a black man. Anyone with eyes, even those with a certain ear, can say, that ain't a white boy talking like that.
Yeah.
That's a brother, right?
Right.
It's who we are. Be it, right? The Bible says, let your light so shine that when men see it, they glorify God. When you have the goods, you don't have to tell nobody because they can already see it,
Yeah.
right? And that's what solidifies it. I know who I am, but the fact that people who encounter me can see it just helps them. It doesn't help me. I'm not saying don't believe in yourself, right? She walked in here and carried herself a certain way, right? You walk around with this confidence about yourself. Nobody has to tell you, you know. But if you got to tell people,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there might be some questions.
It's lack of depth there.
Well, and it's also lack of really the belief you say you have,
Right.
right? It's the belief you say, yeah. You put me on the spot one day. We were at a gym
Okay.
messing around with some kids.
I already know where you're about to go, but go ahead and.
And he said, no, I ain't gonna go there. He said to somebody, he said, Pops, you said you could shoot. Show this kid you can shoot. Now, we've been in the gym
Right.
at filming these games for like 3 or 4 or 5 hours. I'm tired. I've been walking around. I got these shoes on. These ain't basketball
Right.
shoes,
Yeah.
right? And he says, come on, show this little kid, mom, dad, and other siblings, you can really shoot.
Right.
Did I say, nah, man, I ain't warm up now? I said, give me the ball.
Right.
I grabbed the ball, spun it, got my fingers in the groove, and snapped one off. And the ball went in the basket. He walked
right.
away laughing, and the little kid looked at me like, that was nice. But watch this. If he and I were in the gym, I would have missed. He put me under the lights.
Right.
And I said, it's in me.
Yeah.
You've been shooting like this since you was 8.
Right.
Just snap it. Right? I didn't sit there and worry. Right? But that's what I mean.
Yeah.
When you have the goods,
Right.
it's gonna come out. Right?
Agreed.
You don't have to force it, right? You ain't gotta beat people over the head. No, be it. Be it. Even for my sisters who are using this queen, the same thing applies, right? The queen does not have to announce to the kingdom she's the queen. She just operates in it.
Mm-hmm.
And
So make her the queen.
watch this, and I know some queens, right? I'm not going to sit here and rattle off names, but I'm going to tell you, I know dozens of queens, and not one of them would tell you they are the queen. Not one.
Now, I want to touch on that.
Go ahead.
I don't know where we at with time, but we just going to rock. It was some comments circulating out there where somebody was saying, a queen don't mean you can't be a queen. I think you said you can't be a queen if you aren't married.
Well, here,
Now we have Talia here,
go ahead,
a
please.
woman.
Go ahead.
What's your thoughts on that?
You cannot be a queen if you're not married.
No, I
That
just want to know your
doesn't
thoughts.
even
I wasn't
because-
saying that you was wrong or right.
No.
This
she-
is a real live person. You
Yeah.
know, outside the
King,
comments.
queen. You can't be a queen without having a king. So it wouldn't make any sense. You can't, right. You would be like a princess or something. But you
I said
can't
on
be a
that
queen.
podcast, I said it's like women walking around saying, I'm a wife, and they don't have a husband.
Right.
Yeah,
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
right,
The queen is the king's wife.
Yes.
right.
Right? So if you are a single woman and you don't have a husband, do you go into the marketplace and say, I'm a wife? Now, you might say it to yourself.
Right.
You might say, I'm waiting for my husband. I am wife material.
Right.
I'm waiting on my husband.
Agreed.
But you're not going to go out in the space and say, turning up over here, wifey over here. Like, if you do, you silly, right? I know that. I look silly. You going to edit that
Well,
shit
no.
out. You edit
I
that
might
shit
start
out.
the video
No,
off.
you ain't doing that. I gotta be careful. Oh, Lord, help me, Jesus. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. Don't you do it.
You just gave
You
me
know
a
what?
good idea.
You know what? You know what?
Since I care for you, though, I might
This
not do that.
this
man.
was a really good discussion.
It was.
And we're going to continue it. You're going to come back and join us again, but we're going to wrap on that.
Right with that.